Background and reasons for Christianity in Kenya.
This church here is one of many Christian churches here in Mombasa.
I'm a little confused now. We talked about the Portuguese trying and failing to spread Christianity to East Africa. But now we are talking about it actually spreading.
Yes, Luanda, Christianity is actually the major religion in Kenya as of now, with over 80% stating they are a part of it. This was due to the European activities.
What did they do different?
Well, first, a little background. We keep mentioning how the Portuguese did not succeed in the 17th century. This was due to their cruel ruling nature and failure to try and mix with the local population. Now, in the late 19th century, the Western world had become interested in spreading Christianity around the world. They believed the end of the world was coming, and it was up to them to save the souls of everyone in the world. This was known as the Evangelical Revival.
Seems like a big task.
Yes, and I am greatly generalizing or summing it up.
All right, so when did this revival start?
Well, I'll give you the timeline of how it spread, but no, I am being brief in my description. In 1844, a German named Ludwig Krampf came to Zanzibar. He was welcomed by Said and began working on spreading Christianity.
He didn't try to go into Kenya?
Once he was joined by Johann and Jacob, other Germans, in 1846 and 1849 respectively, they slowly pushed inland towards the Akamba. They were met with challenges.
Did this stop them?
Nope. Quite the opposite. They called for more help. In 1862, missionaries came from Britain and began settling a little more inland.
Now, did the tribes always greet them welcomingly?
For the most part, yes. Sometimes things would be set back, like when an Akamba chief was killed while with Krampf. There were setbacks, but after many years, the religion began to spread.
Why do you think?
Well, my own personal thought is that when there is free education and food, it will attract people.
True.
Time passed, and in 1891, Scotland and American missionaries came in to start working in central Kenya with the Kikuyu. By the 1900s, the Kenya-Uganda Railway reached Nairobi, allowing French missionaries to set up camps around there.
Wow, every Mzungu seemed to take a chance to be here.
Sure, seems that way. The missionaries continued westwards and by 1914 had completely made it towards Lake Victoria.
I have to ask, why was there such a push to come here?
Well, do you have any guesses why they came to Africa?
I always like to go for the most obvious, as you know. The missionaries wanted to get Christianity around the world, as you had mentioned. I bet they felt the Africans were closer to the devil than God by not having their religion.
Yes.
And also to stop the spread of Islam. The two religions have always been trying to gain the most control and followers. At the time, Islam was a major religion. Anything else?
Very insightful. Yes, of course. As a general statement, the missionaries wanted to spread their Western way of living to Africa. They believed Africa needed them to help improve their lives.
Africa survived just fine before them.
Luanda, this is true. They did help spread the ability to read or literacy to Africans by having them read the Bible.
I guess that's okay.
In this Western way of living included the attempts to stop the slave trade. The missionaries believed it went against brotherhood and the laws that all men are equal. They believed imprisoning your own brother was evil.
I suppose that's okay too.
And they also wanted to increase trade and contact between Africa and the rest of the world. trade was already happening, but the Europeans wanted to make it more Western, or, in their own word, civilized through religion and commerce.
This was all unknown land to them, right? How could they know what was best for Africa?
That is a good point, Luanda. There were missionary societies that sent these groups to try and promote the good word of the Lord. They saw that they were offering help. There's also the human want of exploration and discovering Africa.
So it sounds like it spread pretty easy here.
As I mentioned before, I was brief in my timeline. Let us go get dinner and discuss problems the missionary faced and the effects of its spreading.
All right.